a lot of us in the games, but it's not a lot of us in the games.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, just like, for example, when Vic came back to town, I went to that game when Vic, they still had McNabb on the Eagles. Vic came to town. You should have seen the separation between the black Falcon fans and the white Falcon fans over Vic. When Vic finally came to the game, we all cheered. The white Falcon fans started booing. So I predict that, I don't know if it'll go that far, but there'll be some people that won't be pleased, but they're going to bring up the old Tampa Bay stuff. But the last game, I remember Raheem Morris at Tampa, he went 10-6. Then he went 10-6, and then he had a bad, not so good year after that, and they got rid of him.
Right.
So I think it would be something to look at. I don't want no old recycled Jeff Fishers and those type of coaches in there.
Hell no.
Mike McCartney and all those type of. I don't want none of that in there. Give me some young blood. You know, Raheem Morris is not that old, and he's not that young. But give me some young blood.
He's Tomlin age, about late 30s, about late 30s now. Hey, tell me something. You know, we all remember Nick Saban saying, leave me alone. I'm not going to Alabama. I'm not going to be the Alabama coach, right? I'm staying here with the Miami Dolphins. Then the next day, he was on the plane.
He come out the plane.
Now, is it true, before he even came to Tuscaloosa, he went and started recruiting Julio before he even went in his office in Tuscaloosa? Wasn't there some controversy between Alabama and Auburn over Julio Jones, his first recruit? What's the story on that? 334.
Well, 2007 is when Saban got to Alabama.
Right.
He still had Mike Shula's folks there, so his recruiting class was pretty much his scales and his heads and bones. That's what it was pretty much. But in 2008, Julio was recruited in 2008. So in 2007, that is very true. The rumor was, well, not the rumor, we knew that Julio Jones had a strong interest in going to Oklahoma. Because every time they showed a picture of Julio Jones, he had an Oklahoma shirt or Oklahoma sweatshirt on.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He was heavy on Oklahoma. I guess he liked how Oklahoma threw the ball, that Big 12 style ball.
Right.
And you know, Alabama, they didn't toss the ball like that. So when Saban got there, he went down there to Foley. As a matter of fact, he went down there to Foley it was two players he got at Foley. He got, if I remember, I think B.J. Scott was somebody there too. He was recruited as an athlete. But Julio high school games used to come on TV. Like for us, we saw him. Well, I didn't actually see him. I had to see him online. But he was this big. He ran track, fast, tall, athletic, big, wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Julio
Jones out of Foley, Alabama. How y'all let him get out of Alabama and interest in Oklahoma? Because you know Mike Shula didn't have that lock on the state.
Right.
Because he had lost to Auburn like 6 years in a row. How many years he was there? What's his name was killing him? Tuberville. Tuberville used to kill Mike Shula.
Tuberville eating good. He was eating good, wasn't he?
Oh man, that's the only thing that saved his job. Tuberville wasn't doing too much, but he beat Alabama. Oh, he can stay. And Mike Shula wasn't doing nothing in recruiting. As a matter of fact, that 2007, when Saban got there, the only recruit that, let me count the years. Let me see, 2007, 2009, he was gone. The only the two recruits that Mike Shula did that I liked was McCann. What's his name? Oh, man, he's a great cowboy. I forget my boy. Rolando McClain. That's one.
I remember him. Rolando, yeah.
Rolando McClain and Javier Arenas.
I remember Arenas.
Arenas
was a duo guy. He kick return,
right.
Punt return.
Kick return, punt return. If you can line him up, you can play wide receiver too.
Right.
Javier Arenas. Then no school won Javier Arenas. He's from out of Florida. No school won him. The only school that won it that would show some type of interest in him was Florida. I think it was Florida Atlantic, Florida International. One of those schools. Then Mike Shula offered him a scholarship to come to Alabama. That's good. I said Ronald McLean, that's another good thing recruit that he did. But besides that, everything else was safe. That 2008 class, let me call out some names for you. You're going to be like, what? You might think we ran some illegal paying players type thing, but that's not what we did. Okay. 2008 recruiting class. It was Mark Ingram. He was in that class. Julio Jones in that class. Mark Barron in that class. Marcel Darius in that class. Dante Hightower in that class. Courtney Upshaw in that class. Let me see who else. Let me think. I said Mark Ingram already. I know it's a bunch of them. I said Mark Barron. I said Hightower. I said Upshaw. Let me go in the back. Let me look at the back end. The corners and say no, we didn't too much happening about it. But on that one class, I know I'm missing a lot of people. But that class right there, in 2009, they bring Trent Richardson in. They go down to Pensacola and get Trent Richardson. They get Eddie Lacy. They get matter of fact, I think he's from Georgia, Star Jackson. He was a quarterback. He ended up transferring going to Georgia State. Star Jackson was a black quarterback that he went out in Georgia and got. Some other players, let me think. A bunch of players that he is in those first 2 years of recruiting that changed that whole program. Because before Nick got there,
who was his big time recruiter? Who was his top assistants when he came in the door from the Dolphins? Who was his top assistant coaches?
Who he brought in?
Yeah, who he brought with him. When he left from Miami, going to Alabama, his first coaching staff.
Kirby Smart was there. Even though he didn't come from Atlanta, from Miami, Major Applewhite was a doggone offensive coordinator that 2008 season. So, the offense was okay. Alabama was run heavy then. They had Glenn Coffey, they had Roy Upchurch, and Mark Ingram. They all shared the backfield in that class. Well, that year. You had Julio Jones. We still had who's the other wide receiver? We had Keith Brown, and I forgot. Was Darius Hanks there? I think Darius Hanks and Marquise Mays was there too. I think they came that year too. They was in that year, but Kirby was the only one I can think of. That whole because Muschamp, he was with Saban at LSU, and they all Saban. Matter of fact, I take that back. The biggest coach assistant that he brought, besides Kirby Smart, was Scott Cochran, strength and conditioning coach.
Okay.
Because that's strength and conditioning. That's the only person that can actually deal with the players in the off season. Spring and summer. He the only one that can actually have contact with the players, because he do the workout, the meal plan, and everything. So that's him and Kirby was the big time coaching assistant that came from Miami. Muschamp, he went to Texas with Matt Brown.
Right.
Bo Davis, he came to Alabama later on, but he went somewhere else. He was defensive line coach.
Now is he related to the old Miami coach, Butch Davis?
No. Bo Davis, he black fella.
Okay.
Who else? I know. I don't remember who was all there on that Miami team, but I know they was all on that LSU squad. Even what's his name? Texas A&M coach. I think Ray for Light said his name. He was on the LSU staff. What's his name?
Jimbo Fisher.
He was on that staff, and he picked as a matter of fact, I don't like not knowing things, so let me look and see who was on the Miami coaching staff that he took. Miami coaching staff, when was that year? That was 2000 and say they got there 2000, so 2006. I say 2006.
Now
Miami Dolphins
three three
coach down
four.
2006.
When you start
Mm-hmm.
hearing the rumors about Saban coming to Alabama, now he was an old LSU coach, Michigan State coach.
Mm-hmm.
How was you feeling about Saban coming? What was your initial reaction?
Hey, before I answer that, let me tell you, Miami's Dolphins coaching staff. I might throw my phone through the wall. I did not know this. Listen to these names: head coach Nick Saban, offensive coordinator Mike Mularkey. He was at the Falcons at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Garrett was the quarterback coach.
What?
Jason Garrett was the quarterback coach. Guess who was the defensive line coach? Dan Quinn.
Wow.
And Kirby Smart was the safety coach.
At Miami Dolphins.
Yep. Don Capers was the defensive coordinator. Jason Garrett was the quarterback coach. Dan Quinn was the defensive line coach, and Kirby Smart was the secondary coach.
Wow.
Yep. So now, what are you saying again?
I said, how was when you heard about the rumors that he was coming to Alabama and he was denying it, and then next thing you know, he was in Tuscaloosa. How'd you feel about the old LSU coach coming to Alabama?
I had no problem with it because I already knew his track record. The only thing I was worried about him is I know that he was a hopper.
Okay.
Meaning by hopper, I knew he didn't stay in a certain place for long periods of time. Because when he came there, it's like, well, y'all got Saban. That's good. But he only going to be there 3 years. He only going to be there 4 years. Here it is, 12 years, 13 years later, he's still around.
Whose idea was it to go get Saban? Who's the man to get credit for that?
Probably the athletic director. Because in the beginning, everybody forgot about this. They announced Rich Rodriguez as the Nets coach for Alabama. He's the West Virginia coach at the time. Right. He was going to be the Nets coach for Alabama. They had to set up the press conference and everything, but then he backed out because that Michigan job came up, so he went that way. He went to Michigan, so we left with no coach because the coach we had, Mike Price, he got caught up in the strip joint. So I guess that's frowned upon, looking at some top and bottom. Anyway, when they saying that Saban was coming to Alabama, I didn't believe it until he came on that plane. I was like, well, Nick Saban comes to Alabama. I was like, okay, Saban, okay, national championship, yeah, LSU looking good. I'll take it. I had no problem with it. Now, if I'd have had a problem, if he came from that other school, I might have had a problem then. Because LSU is not a known Alabama roster.
Right.
It's Tennessee and that West Georgia school is those two. Even though Georgia and Georgia Tech is in the fight zone, go teach the Bulldogs to behave, send the Yellow Jackets to a watery grave. Those two teams are in the fight zone, but it was probably a rival back then, but it's not one now. And like I said, LSU is not a rival. They're a rival now because where Saban came from, but it wasn't a rival then, so I didn't too much think anything of it because he came there from LSU. I always just wanted they bring us back to where we came from back in the 20s. The 20s, I really don't count the 20s. I count the stuff that I remember, like late 70s. They didn't do too much in the 80s. Those are Ray Perkins and Bill Curry years. They didn't too much do anything. Gene Stallings, he won his championship in 92. And after that, we fell off again with Mike Dubose, and then they fell off again completely with Dennis Franchione. He wanted to bring that option mess to Alabama. We didn't like that at all. And then they hired Mike Schuler. We know how that went. Almost ran the whole program in the dirt. Then the interim coach was Joe Kynes. Joe Kynes is this old defensive dude. If you heard him talk, he sounds like Ed Ogeron.